Hi everybody, this is Atiq. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Engineering Drive. Today I am going to discuss one of the topic of computer organization, that is performance considerations. How we can find out the performance of a computer? There are some parameters. Based on those parameters, we can able to tell that this computer is having a very good performance. You know what is the meaning of performance? Many people you might have able to listen from your friends saying that I want to purchase a mobile phone with good performance. I want to purchase a laptop with good performance. I want to purchase a computer with good performance. You know what is the meaning of performance? Simply we can say with one word, speed. If our computer is having a very good speed, then we can say its performance is good. If my mobile phone is having a very good speed, then I can say that its performance is good. If my laptop is having a very good speed, then I can say my laptop is really good. Its performance is really good. Yes or no? Then this is okay. Let us say I want to purchase one new computer. Tell me one answer whether the price of the computer will be high or low. That is my simple question to you. I want to purchase a computer with very good performance, excellent speed. Then I am asking you only one question. What about the price of the computer? Whether the price of the computer will be very high or it will be very low. The answer is high only, because nowadays there is no doubt that the technology in computers, the technology in mobile phones, the technology in laptops there is a lot of drastic change in terms of speed. But you can see there is one more thing that will come along with the performance, is the price. Yes or no? So if I want to take a computer with very good performance, then I should sacrifice one thing. What is that one thing? Price. I should spend more price, then I will get a good performance. Yes or no? But this is not a magic. We can't say that it is too much of, there is a drastic development in the entire world that the performance has increased. Performance has increased, no doubt, we will accept. But the price also has increased. So our ultimate objective of our computers is, we want to develop a computer that should have a very good performance, but it should be at low price. That is our goal. Yes or no? I want a computer with good performance with low price. Whether it is possible, how we can develop, what are the parameters we need to consider in order to develop a computer with good performance but with low price. That concept is nothing but our performance considerations. That's what I am going to tell now. Okay, there are three parameters. Based on those three parameters, we can able to design a computer with really good performance but with low price. That should be our goal. Okay, let me tell you those three parameters. The first parameter is interleaving. You know what is the meaning of interleaving? What is the meaning of interleaving concept in computers? It is a very rarely discussed topic, but the concept of interleaving is having a lot of impact on the performance of a computer. You know what is the meaning of interleaving? You know, let us say an example of walkie-talkie. When the two policemen is communicating, or two traffic policemen, if they are communicating on walkie-talkie, there is one problem with walkie-talkie. That is an example of you can say serial communication. If one person is communicating, the other person should maintain silence. When the other person is communicating, this person should maintain silence. Yes or no? One-way communication, we call this one as only one way. If one person is sending the data, other person should maintain silence. If other person is sending the data, this sender should maintain silence. Yes or no? What is the problem with this method? The speed will become very, very low. Everyone will accept this one. Ultimately, the speed of the performance of the computer will decrease. Now, we can use this concept of interleaving in computers to enhance the performance of our systems. How we can enhance the performance of our systems? We can make use of two registers, DAR register and DBR register. Data address register and data buffer register. These two are the temporary registers that can be used to store the address of the data which we want to access, and the actual data can be stored in the data buffer register. Address in DAR, data in DBR. Through this, What we can do? Simultaneously we can able to access the data if multiple processes can able to access the data from the memory. The big advantage of this method is the performance of our computer will increase. This is one concept we can use to increase the performance of our computer. That is interleaving. Interleaving is nothing but simultaneous access or parallel access of the resources from the memory. The second thing that we can add is second parameter, hit rate and miss penalty. You know what is the meaning of hit and what is the meaning of miss first. Then we will discuss about what is hit rate and miss penalty. This is also having a lot of significance when we are talking about performance of a computer. What is the meaning of hit actually? What is the meaning of miss? I think you should be having very good idea on general knowledge actually, at least English words. What is meant by hit and what is meant by miss. Okay. You know that if our computer want to access the data, what our computer will do? From where it will search the data? Our computer will search the data in cache memory first. If the data is not found in the cache memory, then our computer will search the data in main memory. If data is not found in main memory, then it will check the data in secondary memory. We are having clear idea about the diagram. You know, in computer organization, that diagram is very, very important. You should keep that diagram in your brain. Okay. Now, what is meant by hit? Hit is nothing but if our processor founds the required data in cache memory itself. Whatever the data our processor is searching, if it founds the data directly in the cache memory, we call this concept as hit. Processor has found the data in cache itself. This is hit. Then what is miss now? You can able to tell the answer. If our processor did not able to find the data in cache memory, then it is a miss. Now, what is the meaning of hit rate? Hit rate means how many times our processor can able to find the data in the cache memory itself. We call this frequency as hit rate. For example, 10 times our processor has searched the data in cache memory. Out of 10 times, 9 times our processor has found the data successfully. Only one time it has not found the data. Only one miss there. 9 hits are there. Then we can say 90% hit rate is there in the for our computer. Our computer is having 90% hit rate. Hope you understood the concept. Now, this is hit rate. Number of hits nothing but how many times our processor has found the data in the cache memory, that is our hit rate. Then miss means already you are having idea that if our processor has not found the data in the cache memory, it is a miss. Then what is miss penalty? Miss penalty means, see here, if our processor has not found the data in cache memory, what our processor should do now? It should search the data either in main memory or it should search the data in secondary memory. That is one type of punishment for the processor. Yes or no? If the data is not found in cache memory itself, what our processor should do? It should search the data either in main memory or secondary memory. So you can see that there is a lot of time is going to be wasted in that concept. So that's why we are calling that concept as miss penalty. When the miss penalty will happen, if the data is not found in the cache memory, processor need to search the data either in main memory or in secondary memory. That is miss penalty. Hit rate is nothing but if our processor found the data correctly in the cache memory itself, then it is nothing but a hit. So when we can say our computer is having good performance, then there should be the hit rate must be higher compared to the miss rate. Then we can say that our computer is having a very good performance. That is the second point. That is the second parameter that should be considered. Next, the last parameter that I want to say to you is caches on the processor chips. You know, cache memory is a small amount of fast memory. Okay, you should be having this idea of the diagram. First, we will be having our processor. Okay, then we are having our cache memory. Then we are having our main memory. And there is the last one is our secondary memory. Okay, so already I told you what is meant by hit rate. If the processor found the data directly in cache memory, it is a hit. If the processor did not found the data in cache memory, it need to search the data either in main memory or secondary memory. That is miss penalty. Yes or no? Now, caches on the processor chips. You know that you can see one more thing here. In order to access the data from cache memory, processor should take the data from cache memory. Cache memory is located separately. It is not on the processor now. Now consider with there will be some delay because processor should take the data from cache memory should transfer the data to processor. There will be some small delay that happened during the transfer rate. Yes or no? Now I don't want this type of lag also now, because ultimately I want to increase the speed of my systems. I want to enhance the performance of my system. Now what I can do means, this instead of having the cache memory separately, we can keep this cache memory on the processor chips itself. Yes or no? So once the cache memory is available in the processor itself, that delay which will be happen during transfer between processor and cache memory will reduce totally. So there will be no transfer rate now. So ultimately we are reducing this gap. We are removing this cache memory itself and we are keeping this cache memory on the processor chip. Then the advantage of this one is the delay which used to happen during the transfer from processor to cache memory will be reduced, will be totally removed actually. And directly if the processor want to access the data, directly will take it from the cache memory itself. That is the big advantage. So the third way we can able to enhance the performance of our computers is caches on the processor chips. We can keep the caches on the processor chips also. Okay, and sometimes if we are not bothering about price, if we want very good performance, then we can keep two cache memories also. One cache memory on the processor and one more cache memory separately. We call the cache memory which is available in the processor as primary cache, and the cache memory which is located separately is a secondary cache. That can also be used in order to increase the performance of a computer. The only thing is we can use all these parameters, but we need to enhance the performance of a computer with considerably low price. That should be the objective of computer organization. So hopefully the doubts related to the performance consideration topic has been clear to you. So my dear students, with this, let me close my today's session of video. See you soon everybody. Have a good take care of your health. Allah Hafiz.